Anyways, what I was going to say that how the dual action agitator was doing is it is doing very well with turning over the clothes. Like I have not seen any struggles with it so far. Now it just begun, but since that time it has been doing very well with turnover. And I'm glad for that. As you guys can see, for the high water level for this world, it is the water level for the normal cycle. This is the high water level selection, and as you guys can see, it looks like it's plenty of water to wash this world. That's why it's doing very well on turnover. And on some other cycles, when I've tested the high water level setting, I've seen it use more water than this. That's because the normal cycle does not use very much water. I mean, that's with all washers, front loader and top loader. Like on the medium water level, which I have made another normal cycle that I recorded back in February. And for the medium fill, it did not use very much for the first bits of the agitation, and it filled up with a little bit more and then continued agitating, and it gave more turnover. Versus with the high water level, it will not fill. It will not add a little bit more water after a few minutes of agitating. It'll just stay like this with the good turnover wash action. And do you know what the water level is on GE washers? Because back then, even on one model today, GE, you call their basic models with the water level, they called it load size. And what this was is that it you had it would say the load size from small, medium, large, and super. And the water level is basically the same thing, except they just named it that from load size to water level. It is doing very well. I'm very pleased. I mean, with the large loads with the high water level, because these are just colors, like shirts, underwear, and 2 pairs of shorts, that's why it's doing very well. With the heavily soiled items, or with heavier soiled items, the agitator would struggle, but with this, it's doing a great job. As you can see with this water level, when the tub moves, the water kind of splashes a very little bit, like onto enough water. When it hits that clothing, then the water will hit the clothing. Then once the agitator turns, the clothes will turn into the water. And how does this agitator clean? Like dual action agitators are known for having a really good cleaning performance. Like when it turns, the little cylinder part that goes around the actual cylinder, that is the part where it will turn over the clothes and get them and get some dirt and get the dirtiness that's on the clothes off of them. So this agitator does really well when it's working just fine and not struggling like it is right now. So I like the high water level on the normal cycle. It performs really well. But overall, I like the water level control feature. Like you can just see the machine doing a really good job on turnover. And also the high water level, when it turns over, when the clothes turn over, they circulate through the water and then come back up. So if the high water level, it has plenty of water to circulate through and then come back up, so the clothes will get pretty clean. And so far I have seen no struggles with the agitator. Like the agitator is great when it is not struggling and working well. And also with the wash action this washer has, it is very fascinating to watch it do its action when it turns over the clothes. Like it's very satisfying to watch. Now how good is the noise level? Well, some people of this washer, people complain that the machine is too loud. Like when it's turning, like you can hear the sound it makes. Some people even said that sounds like a geese. It sounds like a goose making noises. That's what this machine sounds like according to those people. But to me, it is kind of quiet, like it's not too loud. But if it was, I wouldn't mind the sound because as long as it gets the clothes clean, that's great. But for sound, I don't mind it at all. So for noise level, this machine isn't pretty quiet, according to me at least. Like you can see the clothes kind of soaked in the water as the machine is turning them over. It is doing very well. Okay, it's on its mini break now. And remember how I said how the soap will turn the water white? Like look at the water right now as it's on its mini break. See how white it is? That's from the soap. Now sometimes the water does get kind of sudsy, but most of the time it mostly turns white. And that's how the soap is. So for this washer, it does mostly a good job on not getting the water too sudsy. Or not the washer, I mean the soap. Like sometimes the soap gets the water sudsy, but most of the time it doesn't. Or maybe it's basically both. The machine and the soap do a good job on not getting it sudsy most of the time. So for the soap, they did a good design because I'm using the powder soap for this load, and people don't. And for the powder, I don't think it has that much chemicals. So powder doesn't have very much chemicals like liquid, so that is really good. And I used to use the liquid kind, like you guys have seen me use it in the 2 other videos. But now that I switched to powder, it's really good. Like it gets the clothes clean. And overall, I'm now on the 10-month mark of owning this washer, and it has been a great machine so far. And also for the mini short agitation brakes where it agitates very little. So, since you guys just saw that brake, on a normal cycle it doesn't last very long. Like, here's some cycle listings that don't, with the mini agitation, that don't last very long. Normal, well, casuals and maybe active wear. Like, those are pretty much the only cycles that have many agitation brakes that don't last very long. Like, all those are just like clothing cycles. Since clothing aren't that very heavy soiled. Yeah, clothing is not very heavy soil, so that's why the agitation doesn't last as long. Versus if they're with heavier soiled items, like when it uses towels or sheets, for example, the agitation lasts longer because it wants to get the heavy soiled items cleaned. Now it is draining. We had some good topics while talking, huh? Well, now it's time to close the lid for its first mini spin.